17 is a peculiar age. You are crossing the threshold into adulthood, but not quite there yet. Up until the summer, I'd been in the shadow of my brothers, not quite under my parents' microscope. While I was hidden in their shadows, I became fairly independent and was able to explore things for myself, and I was very happy about that. I was happy for where I was in life, and it was exactly what I needed going into my senior year. Ready to jump off the nest that was Powell, Ohio, and soar into college and all the opportunities my future would offer me. Just as I was preparing to take my leap, the nest which I had built my foundation and confidence suddenly disappeared. I looked back and I saw the fundamental twigs of my life flying away. Divorce, college, and new apartments tore away my stability in life. Drew was headed off to college, whereas Rob took his first steps into adulthood by moving out after 23 years. Divorce. Divorce is becoming more and more common in this day and age, and that upsets me, especially with my parents. After over 20 years of marriage, they're now broken, and they pretend that the last 20 years didn't exist. The only thing keeping them in touch is me and my brothers. My dad appears happier. I can see it on his face. He no longer has a crease in his eyebrows when he comes home from work. His head is also held slightly higher, not too much, but just enough for me to notice. My mom, on the other hand, didn't want this. It wasn't what she envisioned. I can tell she's upset by the way her attention has changed toward me. She now is subliminally reliant on me. She is sad. And sadness is a terrible thing to see in your parent and role model. My moods directly alter her moods. I have now suddenly become such a significant part of my mother's happiness, something that wasn't as prevalent 2 months ago. I would say, as a person, I tend to be emotionally distant. When I first heard my mother say, "Your father has decided that he wants a divorce," I didn't cry. I didn't say anything. I just walked away. That was not in her area to speak, since it wasn't her decision. It was my dad's. Her tone of voice also pissed me off. It was almost as if she was bragging about it. Or maybe she was just making the news sting even more, trying to get us kids to be angry at my dad like she was. Her attempt to make us angry at my dad failed miserably. Instead, I was angry at her. Angry at my dad too. Angry at my brothers for leaving me to be stuck in our big house with my mom. Afraid of the emptiness that our house will bring and the memories that linger. I'm also incredibly afraid of the conversations that I'll have to appear interested in when I talk to her. I also wonder how many different masks I'll have to put on when I'm around my mom. Trying to be happy when she's happy, being brave when she's in a moment of weakness, and mostly the mask of ignorance. The one that appears when I tell my mom I'm getting dinner with my dad, being ignorant to the fact that it stings every time she hears his name. With this new era in my life, I must be able to adapt to the changes. Like a bird, I must be able to respond to my environment, and this will mean I will find new sticks to rebuild my nest.